Hey guys, I'm Charlie, and I guess welcome to my first YouTube video. Um, I thought I would talk a bit about photography, in particular Polaroid photography. I love instant photography. I've been doing it for a few years now, and I picked up a few things here and there, and I picked up a few cameras, and I just find it so awesome. Like when you have when you have like a when you have a stack of Polaroids that'll just come out from the camera. Like there's no editing. It's how the camera saw the image, and it's great. I love it. It's a wonderful hobby, and something I hope you can dive into at some point if you're interested in Polaroid or Instax. Instax is a bit cheaper than Polaroid. If you're thinking of getting into it, I'd recommend Instax. If you like the square border, go Instax Square. If you want a more wider format, go Instax Wide, of course. Or if you're not too bothered, Instax Mini is a good way to go. But I don't shoot Instax. So today's video is gonna be about Polaroid in particular. I'm gonna be talking about a very special camera. Probably my favorite camera of all time. This. Now it doesn't look like a camera when you look at it first. You might be thinking, what the hell is this? But it does something really cool. This was, I believe this was introduced in 1972. Like it was unveiled in 1972 by Edwin Land. And it came out in 1973. I believe it hit the market in 1973. I could be wrong. Let me know down in the comments if I got that right. But it does something pretty cool. To access the camera, that's so cool. It pops up just like that. Just like that. It's an SLR, meaning when you look through the viewfinder, you're actually looking through the lens. It is full manual focus. It's got a beautiful glass lens. It just takes some really amazing pictures, really amazing Polaroids. And yeah, it just, I mentioned because it's an SLR, what you see is what the lens sees. So it makes framing really easy. Like with your average like consumer Polaroid camera or instant camera, you've got rangefinders such as this. This is a rangefinder. This is a Polaroid now. So it's got a viewfinder there, and you're actually looking through here. The lens is here, and you're looking through the viewfinder, which is here, a little window here. So once you get the hang of it, it makes framing easy. Framing is alright with this. You can just adjust the camera a bit to the left, and it's alright. But with the SX-70, it's an SLR, so it's easy right off the bat. You could pick this camera up as your first camera, and you'll probably nail focus like instantly, maybe. Like if you've got a good eye, you'll probably nail focus. If not, a few shots and you'll be there. Like, I think for me, because I'd never used an SLR before this, it's always been a rangefinder. It took a few shots to get framing right, because I was taking the rules that applied to this and putting them on here, which doesn't always work. But another thing this camera has is exposure compensation. So if it's really sunny out, you could let the camera do the work. Right now, this is the exposure compensation. Right now it's right in the middle, bang on in the middle. Got some guides there. If you want it to be, if you want the Polaroid to be a bit darker, because you think, okay, it's a bit too sunny, so I'll need a Polaroid to be a bit darker, or it will just come out overexposed. Move it a tad to the right. If you think it needs to be a bit more darker than that, you can go all the way if you want to. Or if it's not that bright out, you could put it a bit to, you could move it a bit to there, or fully, or whatever. Usually for me, I either leave it bang in the middle, or I move it just a tad to the right, like that. That's where I usually leave it. Bang in the middle or a tad to the right. And it will just make a picture a bit darker if that's what's needed. And you close it up again. To insert the film, there's a yellow door here, and that pops open. Get your film pack. I've already shot this. Insert it in. I'm not going to. This camera's broken at the moment. Unfortunately, it's been broken. It's July right now as I'm filming this, and it's been broken since, I gotta say, December of last year. So that's a bit annoying. I haven't been able to use it. I've got other cameras I can use, but nothing beats using the original SX-70. Something about it, the feel, the smell, what I get out of it is just like, I can't describe the smell. It smells like home. Like when you use it, it just brings back memories to when you first use it. Why don't we go over some images I've shot with it, some Polaroids I've shot with it. I've got my album here. I've got 3 here to show you. These are some of my very early ones with this particular camera. I'll show them up on the screen because it's probably a bit hard to see from here. I really like this one. This is still probably one of my favourite Polaroids I've shot with this camera. It's a little birdhouse I shot in our garden. This one, this building, it's a clothing store. It used to be in the town, but now it's not there anymore, so I'm happy I shot this. I really like how this turned out. Like, I like taking pictures of buildings, especially like ones under construction, because a Polaroid is a one of a kind. Like, usually you can't have the same Polaroid twice. Unlike a film, like 35mm or 120 medium format, you can make copies with that, like photocopies. You can scan these in as well and have them digitally, and you can have as many files as you want. I could scan this in 1,000 times if I wanted to. Send, like, I got 1,000 images of this, but it's still the same image. But at the end of the day, that's a digital file. You can have a digital file of anything, but a physical file, I guess same with film as well. You've only got one picture, unlike if I took it on my phone. That's a digital photo. I can, that's unlimited. So I like taking pictures of things that may not be there anymore. The next time I'm there, it may be gone, because then I've got a picture of, like, history, kind of. Then, like, like the world is evolving, and I've got a picture of the old world, kind of. Like, do you get what I mean? I don't know. That's how I feel. And lastly, I got this. I thought was cool. It's my nephew. He's got a squirrel came over to see him. And he was playing with a squirrel, and a squirrel was on its way away from him. A very friendly squirrel. That's a bit blurry, but I'll put that up on the screen as well. I'll put these 3 Polaroids up on the screen for you, so you can see them. Well, they probably all gone up by now anyway. Who knows? I've got a whole stack here of Polaroids, but I'm not going to go over these today because these were shot from a different camera. I've got a lot more Polaroids that were shot with the SX-70, but I'm not going to go over those either today. I just wanted to show you a few examples. Yes, you can still get film for the SX-70. These were originally released with something called SX-70 film, because it was for the SX-70. This is a completely different film that's different to film that you'd get for this camera, or even some of the older vintage Polaroid cameras, such as like the Sun 660 or the Impulse. Right now, I believe there are 4 different Polaroid films. You've got SX-70 film, which is for cameras such as these. Hey guys, quick note, I am filming this a few days after, and I forgot to mention you've got I-type film. That's one of the films you can get. I-type, same as 600 film, which I'll talk about after this. It just doesn't have a battery. I-type is for the modern day cameras, because you can charge those, so I-type doesn't need batteries. But it is the same ISO as 600 film. But yeah, that's about it. You've got 600 film. 600 film is for the older vintage cameras. That is a completely different film from SX-70. You can put 600 film in an SX-70 without any conversion, without anything, and it probably won't come out too good. 600 film is a higher ISO. It has a higher ISO than SX-70. What ISO is SX-70 compared to 600 film? SX-70 film has an ISO of 160, whereas 600 film has an ISO of 640. So you don't really want to be putting 600 film in a completely unconverted, unmodded SX-70 camera, unless you use an ND filter over the 600 film pack, which can work, But if you want a more permanent solution, I would recommend getting your SX-70 converted. If you're thinking of getting an SX-70, get it converted to 600. People say SX-70 film looks different as well. Like the colors are different. Like it looks more dreamy. It looks more vibrant and stuff. I used to think that was the case. When I'm looking through all my old Polaroids of when I did use SX-70 film, but I don't know. Another pro for getting it converted is that you'll be able to use the camera in more situations. Like good luck using SX-70 film indoors, especially without a flash. It just, ooh, I don't know about that. Yeah, an ISO of 160 indoors or 600 film is a lot more lenient in terms of what situations you can use it in. You could use it in more overcast conditions, you could use it outside, you could use it indoors. I've used it indoors without a flash and it's worked sometimes. Definitely use a flash for when you're indoors, regardless of what film you use. Polaroid film loves light. It needs a lot of light. Another pro is that SX-70 film is a bit more expensive than 600 film. It costs around £20 for one pack, whereas 600 film only costs, from Polaroid, 19 British pounds a pack. Or if you got the I-type film, if you got a camera such as this, that would set you back only £17. You can put 600 film in something like a Polaroid now or any modern Polaroid camera. That will still work because it's the same film. 600 film is the same as I-type film. ISO of 640 for 600. I-type film also has an ISO of 640. And so getting your camera converted not only makes the film cheaper, but you can also use it in more situations. But you don't have to get it converted if you don't want to. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a personal choice, really. You can get both SX-70, 600 and I-type film in colour and black and white. You can save some money if you buy multiple packs. Like if you buy a pack of 3, you can get different frames and different styles. Like I-type film, you can get coloured frames. So I've not used that before, but I believe each Polaroid has a random colour, like the border. Instead of it being white, you could get a blue Polaroid or a red. You could get a blue border or a red border. You can get golden coloured frames. You can get black frames. I'm not a fan of the black frames. I'll probably go over that in a future video. 600, they don't have coloured frames, but you can get like round frames, so the frame is circular. I've not shot that either, but you're practically paying more for less, and already you only get 8 shots in a pack. Like with Polaroid you only get 8 Polaroids, or with the round frames, you still get 8, but because it's a round frame, you don't get a full square image, so the image is actually smaller as well. I want to shoot it at some point. I'd save like coloured frames and round frames. If it's a special occasion, like I'd probably use it then. But I'm a bit OCD. Like I'd want all round frames or no round frames. Like good luck filling a whole 160 Polaroid album up with just round frames. Anyway, I'm going on a tangent here. Yeah, converting it could be a good way to go for you. I'll go over this camera, the Polaroid now, in a future video as well. If you want to get into Polaroid, like not Instax but Polaroid in particular, then yeah, I'd recommend one of the newer models versus the older models for sure, but I'll get into that in a future video. That's about all I wanted to say, really. I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. If you liked what you see, don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe, comment what you'd like to see next. Let me know down in the comments what your favourite camera is, whether it's digital, film, Polaroid, Instax. Let me know if this is a hobby that you would like to get into, and I will try to help you out the best I can. Thank you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.